Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tell Me Why, the program for American Airlines team members. It looks at the why behind the news, information, everything that's happening here at the airline. My name is Ron DeFeo. I work in the Global Engagement Group. And joining me today, our Chief Operating Officer, David Seymour. David.
Glad to be here.
We've heard from so many people on your team so far this year. Obviously, you think about reliability, profitability, accountability. Starts with operations. So we've been hearing from your group. Everyone we talk to, planning, executing, recovery, plan, execute, recover. Really, the reliability has been really, really great. What do you just attribute all of this to?
Yeah. Well, no, a great lead into to what we're going to talk about. I mean, I'm just super proud of what the team's been able to accomplish here. Really, for the last 9 months, we're going to really posting some great results. From in some months here for May was our best May ever since the merger. But really, we're in a situation right now. We're a lot more nimble, a lot more adaptable, and certainly a lot better structurally prepared to operate the airline. And that's through all the hard work that the team's gone through here. But as we talk about, this is all about planning, executing, and recovery. And our planning right now has really been focused for the last better part of the year to get ourselves positioned so we have all the resources that we need to operate the schedule that we have. And it's a great collaboration between the operating group and our commercial team and particularly the network team to make sure that those things are in the right balance. Then we have to execute. Every day we have to execute. And that's the important part. And I tell you, the team is absolutely doing that. They're very focused. And as I tell the team when I go out and visit them, it's all about, every day is a new day for us to excel. And that's the way we have to look at it. And then we have the recovery side. We know things are going to happen. And certainly here, across the country, we've dealt with a lot of weather here the last several days. Some of it was in the forecast. Some of it wasn't quite in the forecast. But we have taken a whole new philosophy of how we recover. And that has really been, led to a lot of our success. And I'm really proud of what the team has been able to accomplish.
No, that's great. And as you know, your group, obviously gearing up for summer, and I've sat in on, some of these meetings. As you really kind of evolved this, your operating philosophy and a lot more, I know it sounds simple, but a lot more conversation just around the customer. Talk a little bit about this evolution and, what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I think, again, it's a great thing because I think what we've really, as we've evolved the operating team, we operate for our customers, and as we talk about, our customers purchase a ticket on our airline to go fly, and we have an obligation to fulfill on that commitment. That's we need to deliver on that promise, and that's what we're trying to do. And we need to make sure that our decisions are focused around how we take care of that customer. We need to be very transparent with them. We need to be open because things are going to happen. So we need to take care of them. I mean, that's what they're really looking forward to, when they bought that ticket. We're going to get them to where they need to go. And then guess what? Get them back home.
That's right.
Those are all the important parts. And so I think the team is really focused on making sure that we're delivering on that promise that we made to them. We need to do it safely, which everybody's doing. That's the fundamental of what we have going on here. And as long as we can continue to do it, that's aspiring to what we want to do is taking care of our customers on their life's journey.
Oh, that's right. And another thing too with this evolution of the operating philosophy, right? A lot around, you talk about solving for the system. Talk a little about that and why that's so critical.
Well, I think if you look in years back, every group within the operating team kind of solved their own problem, whether it was the tech ops team, whether it was the flight or the IOC, whether it was the airport team, having to solve their little problem. But the airline industry is the most complex business that you can find out there. And as the largest airline, we run the most complex operation that's out there. We are all cogs in the system here, and all the cogs have to continue to work together. And I think that's the one thing that we've changed. We're no longer going out there and solve for one, recognizing that there's impact to others. We're going to solve the system. We've created some really good technology out there that does that. It actually solves the system. When we do that, everybody's better. And guess what? When everybody's better, it's not just our team members that are better, it's our customers that are seeing the results of that.
That's awesome. Yeah. So moving from philosophy just day to day, we had Jessica Tyler on here a couple weeks ago coming off Memorial Day. That was going great. We're mid-June now. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. I mean, I'm feeling really good about the team and where we're sitting. And it comes out in a lot of, as Jessica talked about when she was on here, we had a really strong, Memorial Day period. Actually, I think on the mainline side, we we went a week without canceling a flight. Not just controllable, canceling
That's
a
awesome.
flight for anything.
That's awesome.
So that, again, teams delivering. Now, as I talked about, there's been weather around the system, and we're feeling it. And there's things that we can control and things that we can't. But it goes back to what we talked about earlier. It's the recovery. Big thing for us is when these events happen that are outside of our control, we plan ahead. We look at them, and I can tell the IOC is spending a lot of time developing that plan in conjunction with those operations that are going to be impacted and saying, okay, this is what we're up against. How are we going to manage through, but how are we going to recover? Because people will understand, our passengers will understand, our crew members, our team members will understand when there's weather. But when the weather's over, we got to be right back up. And that's what we're doing. We're looking at the event, determining where we need to recover, making sure that we're addressing those issues so that we recover from these events. And that's, I think, been a lot of the secret that we have. So again, looking at numbers, we're still looking at really strong numbers here for June. And we're looking forward to, I think, a really strong summer.
Yeah. And obviously we gear up for the peaks. Seemingly there's always peaks inside the peaks. July 4th is going to be here before we know it. You're out there talking to folks as we gear up for that holiday.
Yeah.
What are you hearing?
The one thing I tell you is going out there as we've been looking at this is, I was out in Charlotte, spent a couple of days with the team there. Charlotte, our second largest operation. I've had opportunities to spend time here in DFW. What I can tell you is the mood out there is vastly different than it's ever been, and in a very positive way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of confidence out there, and I think that's what we need. The key for us is what I've seen is we're operating as a team. And you talk about the secret of the success. Yeah, we have the plan, execute, recover. But everybody feels like they're part of a team, not an individual on a team.
That's right.
And that's really helped us out. So going into 4th of July, it's a peak of peak. And a lot of people, now that we've left Memorial Day, focus on what am I going to do over July 4th? But we have a lot of days between that. And what I'd say is every day we got to take each day one at a time, looking for that opportunity to excel. But we're in a good position for that. Our plan is solid. We have the resources that we need. We have the tools that we need. And I think this is going to be, again, we'll get through July 4th and everybody's going to talk about Labor Day. And I think we're going to go through that. But it's, and the key is our customers are feeling it. Our team members out there in the operation are feeling it. Our crew members in the operation are feeling it. We're keeping their schedules as tight as they can be, predictable, and that's what people want.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Things are sounding great, looking good here. As we're in the summer. David, thanks for being here.
No, thanks for having me.
Have to have you on, and people from your team here as we roll through the summer and into the fall and, of course, the holiday season. Well, you know where Tell Me Why lives. We're on JetNet in video form if you want to download us. In a podcast, you can do that wherever you get your podcasts. A note for American Airlines team members. If you have things you want to hear about, learn about, know about, please feel free to drop us a line on our JetNet page. We'll be look to get an expert like David on here to answer those questions for you. Thanks again. See you on the next episode of Tell Me Why.
Have a great summer.